Yeah. Because they're afraid. Nothing much to show. Autographs to follow. Autographs to follow. So. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody sits in the front.
Nobody ever sits in the front.
Well, when you get older, you get hearing impaired.
Yeah.
You can't hear as well, so and visually impaired.
You're going?
Yeah, we should be going, even though it didn't say recording in progress, it shows it's recording.
Okay. I call tonight's meeting of the Dalton Select Board to order. And I believe we'll start off by going into non-public for a personnel thing. I make a motion that we go into non-public for personnel matter.
Budget.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Did you second that, Tom? We'll actually go into the other room.
Oh, okay.
Because there's less of us than you.
Yeah, Tom seconded it.
Thank you. Pausing for non-public. We're back from non-public session. 7:16 PM.
Okay. So that we can have Adam for the highway transfer station, we will jump to the budget now.
That's what you want to do?
Yep. Did you print out agendas, Wayne?
I sure did. Gonna be a long night.
Thank you.
So do you want me to put the budget up on the screen then?
Yes, please.
Are we turning the table?
That would be.
You'll have to get up so we can turn the table. That's good, because we're turning the TV. Hold on, because I need to share my screen. Can you see it? Can you guys see it enough? Adam?
Adam, you want to come over here so we can see it better? Because we really need to finalize it this week so it can.
Probably not a bad idea.
So if we go to the highway.
What do you want to look at? You want me to just go down? You want to look at all of them?
And so this is what we have so far, Adam. I think it's pretty much from what we talked with you about a few times before, but I want you to review it and make sure nothing's changed and that we captured things correctly.
What did we have the winter sand? Wasn't it 30,000? We did.
So we have,
Yes. And
Road
we've spent
material.
31.2 this year.
Well, and that's why I'm bringing that up is because I bought more this year
Mhm.
and I'm a little nervous if we're gonna make it.
Ah, so we need to bump that up.
As much as I hate to, yeah.
Well, you're in a new budget, you're in a new year. So you have to remember that you finish out this year and then you have the beginning of winter next year. So we've
Right.
spent 31.2 in 2025 total
Right, and it's set at 30.
for this year, this calendar year, yeah.
So we're
Right.
starting new as of January.
So what I'm saying is I spent over that and
And
it's
you're
not
thinking-
enough. I'm gonna need more.
Wouldn't you normally buy some from January to March anyway?
Well, yeah, when we can truck it through the year, I'm gonna have to put up more than I did last year.
Well, we don't
Okay.
know that because we don't know what winter's gonna be like next year.
So
Never
you're,
do.
Well, right. I'm just saying that I think this is the first time we've gone over on sand
Okay,
in a few years. If you want to increase,
No,
it, that's
we'll
fine.
leave
I'm
it.
just,
we'll
I
try it.
I mean, we also went over on fuel. We're at
Oh,
45,000.
No, I know.
I mean, should we bump it up to, are you thinking
Aggravating,
like
but
32,000 or, I
yeah,
mean, I think,
because we never have a stockpile. That's the worst part. Even on a mild winter, we're almost through it.
so are we looking more like 35,000? Help me understand what
Yeah.
we're,
35 would be nice. It'd give a little wiggle room. And I knew I was gonna go over, but the last, I don't know, as long as I've been around, we're stretching it. There's been times, I remember one winter where we had to bring our frost into the shop because we had no more sand
yikes.
to thaw it out. And luckily, weather played fair, it changed and we didn't have to use it, but it made a mess. And it was a lot of work for nothing. That poor furnace ran and ran and ran and ran and ran
So we're using a
to
lot.
try and unthaw it.
Okay.
And then your equipment sitting out.
So Tom and Eric, bump this up to 35?
I'm good with it.
Okay.
And the prices of sand have
Do you want
gone
it in
up
the other?
Yeah.
every year.
Because that's the 25 budget. Okay. Do we have enough in shop supplies? I know we went over last year because there was a lot of deferred maintenance,
Well,
but do you think it's gonna be?
I think we'll be fine,
Okay,
as long as everything goes well. Most of it's been fixed and replaced and
I'm sorry.
said most of it's been fixed, replaced and
Okay,
do you know how much 4 rubber blocks for one side of that 10-wheeler cost? Just your suspension rubber blocks,
$300.
1,600. Yeah. Waiting for them. That's typical wear and tear, but I couldn't believe it.
so other things, like we were way over on gas. It's 30,000 enough. We spent 45,000 last year.
Well, yeah, because the
Because
mowing,
Because the mowing, okay.
Yeah.
And mowing's coming
That
out of there
added
and
up.
going, that's right, mowing's now in a different category.
right,
Okay,
but at the time, that's how we were doing it.
yeah,
Yeah, but
Thank
they
you.
wouldn't have spent $15,000 in fuel.
no,
That's just diesel.
Well, that's not gas.
But I
Right, but
think
the
it's-
highway, the
Highway-
highway department, diesel and gas goes to the gas line. Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay.
I thought she meant like the actual gasoline, not diesel.
I think that includes diesel.
This includes
It's
diesel.
both.
It's both.
Okay. Well, yeah, we've done a lot of work.
Because a lot of it is
And,
thrown on the road
not
and
our typical
mitigation.
stuff.
Okay, so we're okay with leaving it at 30 when we spent $15,000 more than that last year?
Well, fuels,
You still get the head walls to put in,
still got a lot to do. Yeah, rip wrap.
So what is your estimate for what we need?
I don't know. 35, try that,
Is that gonna be enough?
hopefully. Last 2 summers ain't been a typical summer.
No, no, they haven't.
So you want to put it up to 35?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Not that one.
And road material, a lot of that is flood damage. And plus, I know you were doing a lot of roads that,
Should have been done.
None of the stone that was used on mitigation or road repair is included in
Right.
this number.
okay.
All of that was taken out of this number already.
So if you, I know you put gravel on a lot of the roads, how often do you have to do that?
If you keep up with it, you do it every year, but you do it within your budget.
Okay, so we spent 156,000 in 2025. Is 50,000 reasonable? Is that,
No, not for the amount of dirt road we have.
okay? So what do you think we need?
And that's why I believe most of them were all just a sub base.
Yeah, but didn't you say that they hadn't been resurfaced and
It's been a long time. We've
So now-
skipped here and there.
so now
They're
that
up
they're
to
all
par.
resurfaced where
Right.
they need to be, are you seeing having to resurface every single road again?
No,
So,
no. Not all in one shot.
So the previous budget, which was probably similar to the 2024 budget, was 38,000, but we spent 156,000. Right now, we've got 50,000 budgeted for 2026. Is that enough?
Yeah. They're
A
all
third of
pretty
what
much
a
done.
Third of what we did this year.
Right.
Last year. Okay.
Well, that's because I was doing road. I just did them all because when you're out with that grader, all you're doing is pulling up boulders. You had no top coat to grade.
Yep. No, I understand that. I just,
And that's why it was so much.
my question is, I just don't know what you need to do this next summer. And if,
Grade them.
okay.
But yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so repair parts, 20,000 enough? For repair parts? We spent 27. We've got 20,000 budgeted.
There was a lot of it that was already broke before me that I had to spend money to fix.
Yep, I know. So that I just want to make sure we've got the best estimate for
Right, right.
what you're gonna have. So that's why I'm just,
And that all
when something
depends
looks,
on
you know,
how things
asking when I
go.
see something that,
And I said that all depends on how things go.
I know. A budget is a forecast.
Right, right.
It's not what's
Right.
been spent, it's what your best estimate of what's
I'd
going to be
leave
spent.
it. Leave it.
I'm sorry,
Leave it.
leave it. Okay, thank you.
I don't want it going up no more than anyone else. Any more than it has to.
So the repairs and maintenance. we spent almost 70,000. Last year we budgeted 20, we've got 35,000 budgeted for this year.
Leave it.
Okay,
I think you need to go up on repairs and maintenance. There's no way you're gonna be okay at 35,000. I mean, you just had the front end differential done, it was 8 grand
Mhm.
plus a tow. And that's half your budget. That's a third of your budget. That's one truck.
True.
There's no way, because you have to remember. We can't keep going over budget.
No,
We've got to say, okay, this is where we like to be, but realistically, this is where we probably are. Because we can't keep going over budget. What's gonna happen is you're gonna spend that 35,000 and I'm gonna say,
right.
you gotta fix everything in-house. Cause last year, the highway department spent $624,000. On a $466,000 budget. So I know it's not, I mean, it's the cards you were dealt, but we have to be realistic about the
Right.
budget. And say, this is what I think we need. I mean,
45.
I don't know. Every time I hear a truck drive by, it sounds like it's gonna die.
Right.
I don't know. I don't have confidence in a $35,000 number there.
No, you're true. Yeah.
Tell you, I just ordered a grill for a Chevy Blazer.
Everything.
Can't get much simpler than that. It was $1,200.
You
for a
can't-
Plastic grill.
Everything's
Parts are
great.
through the roof. The Parts have at least tripled.
Oh, yeah.
At least tripled. Yeah,
you think that line item needs to be tripled?
I don't know.
Gee.
It's,
Hmm?
I'm gonna tell you, the parts are getting
That's-
there expensive.
It's hard to go up with the budget, but I get it.
Yeah.
But we
it
spent
is.
70,000 this
No,
year,
I
that'd
know.
be double.
No,
It's
I'm
hard, but it's
not,
gonna happen.
I wanted to, that's for sure.
Well, nobody wants to pay
No.
higher taxes because of more expenditures, but
But we have an obligation to keep our roads.
Yeah.
And,
in
and you
shape.
can't say, well, I can't fix the trucks because I don't have any money left in the budget, so we have to
Right.
wait till next year. I mean, that's not an option,
No,
I don't see it getting better,
not anytime soon.
you know.
what do you think?
You're better off being realistic.
So you
Probably
thinking
around 50.
50 is
Yeah,
what I was.
50 or 70?
You
Well,
might be-
hopefully it don't continue the way it was.
Might be lucky to get by with 50.
Yeah,
But you've got a lot of, the equipment fixed and running pretty good now, right, Adam?
as of now,
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's not really the equipment.
they
it's the
work,
trucks.
right?
But
They
it's what-
work,
It's what you don't expect.
right?
Because like that,
There's a lot of it.
This time of year.
oh, I know, I'm not saying no to this, I'm just,
Them poor things haul nonstop, summer and winter.
It's hard.
They work.
Hard. The roads are hard on these vehicles.
Well, just like I was saying, them for suspension, the rubber blocks. $1,600.
Yeah, just.
That's just one side.
You're thinking about 65.
Parts for that.
My guess would be 60.
I
Yeah,
would say 60 or 70.
I mean,
I mean, we spent
Realistic.
70,000
It
this
is.
year.
the 2016
going
goes
up.
down, it's 8 to 10, 12, $15,000 a pop.
it is.
And all of our trucks literally sound like they're dying. I don't know.
Well, two of them were bought a year apart. That was just.
Yeah. So the other thing I also, remember that grid I did when we looked at that?
Yeah.
I've got that we can look at too for CapEx. I don't know, should we 70 that's what we spent this year?
I would hope it's not gonna.
I
be
hope
high.
not too.
Yeah. 65? What do you think?
60.
60.
60?
Yeah,
It's a pretty big jump.
60 do it, cause he's fixed a lot, he's put a lot of money into the stuff. Just keep our fingers crossed right at him.
Yeah.
All it takes is a toe and a couple breakdowns.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
The dues and subscriptions have gone up.
That's trivial.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that.
All right.
It's $200.
Right. Maintenance and repair needs the same.
Okay,
How we go up? Almost 16. 6,000 over on the maintenance and repairs.
yep. Do we need to bump that up?
On this?
No,
The highway supplies, maintenance
Yes.
and repairs,
Oh,
where we spent,
yep.
because of the oils, filters.
Does it need to go up?
Prices of stuff, yeah.
Probably to 15 anyway.
Yeah. Air filters are nonstop. Oil changes. Oil filters,
Figure the oil's gone up.
everything, yeah.
yeah. And I know you're staying on top of those oil changes because it's better in the
Oh,
long
yeah.
run, so that's important.
Even the air filters
Yep,
can only blow them out so many times,
okay.
especially with the equipment, that black soot.
Okay, repair parts, we spent 27,000 this year, we've got 20 budgeted.
Hopefully more maintenance leads to less repair.
Right.
Hopefully more maintenance leads to less repairs.
Right,
I'd leave that one.
are you okay with leaving it at 20, Adam?
Yeah,
Okay,
that I am.
okay. Let's look at the transfer station. So we'll need to increase that. I don't have the figure. And there was talk about trying to hire a second person at some point. So the plan on the table is to have a manager of this transfer station. And possibly look at a second employee.
Are these both part-time positions or?
Still be part-time.
So then you're looking at probably doubling that?
That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So should we round it up? Yeah, well, it'd be part of a year, so 36 should be fine. And was there any other equipment or anything? Do we need to increase the training?
You're gonna
Budget.
need to increase that if you're
Mhm.
permitting additional people.
Yeah,
Yep.
and if we're providing additional training and so probably 1,000,
Well, you're only at 200.
I know,
What type of training are you providing?
management training, so somebody can actually manage the station and report to the select board instead of to Adam. And then with needing to pay for recycling, I know we bumped that up already. Is that 8,000 going to be enough?
Probably not. I guess it depends on who's taking it. Are we also paying for a dumpster from Casella and having them take it?
I don't think we have an answer to that yet.
Well, I don't know who else is going to take it. I mean, for a dumpster and transport, you're looking at $585.
Per month.
Each dumpster, each run, $585 plus $55 a ton weight. Unless they increase it. So
Which
you're
is-
$600 a load for recycling.
And then how many loads per month?
But we haven't never used them, so we wouldn't know.
Do you have any estimate, Adam?
How many
How-
Gaylords do you think is gonna fit in a 30-yard dumpster? I mean, it depends on what it is,
Right.
obviously.
Depends on the height and how we get the loaded.
And
If
how
it's
much
a big one?
weight would that be?
I don't know, I guess that would be a question for Kyle who left.
I just can tell you what we just did, what I did last week. That's all I can do.
And what was that? How much was it?
It took me 4 loads to clear out.
The building,
The building, except for tin. And then hauling it down. Matter of fact, I made a list today. I think you may have it of what it cost.
24 miles, 24 miles each way, so 48 miles round trip.
And it was,
At 72 cents a mile is what he's going to be reimbursed, so,
I believe it's 4 runs a month.
that's $2,400 a month,
And that was just to get by.
$2,400 a month.
Cause it was 2 trips every time and it's every couple weeks.
Okay.
And it varies too.
That'd be like almost 30,000 a year.
I don't mean any disrespect here. But if we're going to start having all of our recycling go to Casella, it's single source. You don't need 2 people in the transfer station. All the recycling goes in one dumpster. They come pick it up, they bring a new one. What do you need another person for? They're single source. Everything goes in one dumpster. If you're gonna pay $580 for them to do our recycling with the dumpster and take it there, you don't need another person. Everything goes into one dumpster. They come and pick it up, they bring you an empty one. You don't need 2 people.
Do we have the facility? I mean, the other dumpsters, are down low where people can dump. Do we have that capability at the transfer station now? Or are we looking at remodeling?
Get a lower dumpster, have them slide it right into the middle of the transfer station.
that would end up have to be picked up on an average of every week.
Mhm.
Well, that's what he's saying anyway, once a week.
With that size dumpster.
If you do a 20-yard dumpster,
Mhm. Every week they'll have to come and get it.
Mhm.
you won't need someone to sort through recycling.
No, it's all going in. the
It all
one.
goes in one dumpster
Spot.
and then it all goes where it's supposed to.
Okay, so if we looked at, if our recycling is going to cost us 2,400 a month, and that is 28,800 per year. To round up to, basically 30K.
It may also be a little higher, it actually probably add another. I'd say a third more for summer. Because you're gonna have
Okay.
more people coming in, you're gonna have more material that's gonna be brought in. I'd say at least 30% more, just
So maybe
for an idea.
add more than 40,000.
Well, I think if you had one dumpster a week, you're probably okay. In the summer, if you have a little bit extra, then you kind of wean that off and you throw that in as you can. And then as things slow down after fall, you push in what you have to. You have to have a gale or two there, then
Right.
I
There's
think
room
you'd
for
be
that.
okay. There's room for it.
Yeah,
So it seems like, so that disposal fees and transportation, the 40,000 budgeted, which we're over, was for just the municipal waste and the demo
And transportation.
and transportation. If we're talking about 40K for recycling, then we would be looking at 80K on that budget line.
Well, no, because that includes demo and municipal waste.
Right,
You're not gonna do two dumpsters a week.
right.
You're not filling two dumpsters a week on recycling, it would be one.
okay, I have the wrong numbers in here. Because I had put out 2,400 a month. But that's not what we're looking at. Give me the figures again, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's roughly 2,400 a month. That includes two dumpsters and trips, depending on how much,
Oh, that's
Right,
for
batteries.
it's everything.
everything, oh, okay, okay,
Casella doesn't charge us, we don't have separate line items for dispose this, dispose that, dispose this.
Straight
It's
across the
disposal and
board.
transportation, that's it.
Just
Straight
all
across the
in
board.
One spot.
wait a minute, I can't, 1% at a time, please.
All of the municipal waste and all of the demo and the trucking is all coded to the same place.
Okay. And if we're adding recycling to that, which we haven't in the past.
So you're looking at one dumpster per week at $585 just for the dumpster and transport, plus $55 a ton to get rid of the recycling.
And we don't know how many tons of
Correct.
dumpster is.
So you're probably looking at an additional $30,000 to $35,000 to get rid of recycling.
Okay. And that's where I was saying 30, and then we're thinking it might be more, so 40, so if we say 35, so we've got. That would be 75 total there. Instead of 48,
But you're not gonna need two people for that.
okay, but let's plug in this and then we go back to,
What do you want this at?
I think we're looking at 75. Or 80 to give us a little bit of wiggle room.
Why don't we increase the price of our bags?
And we may need to do that. I did update the comparison with other towns. And we can look at that on the revenue side. So if we Chris,
So does this mean now that we're also going to be putting our recyclables in the bags, so we're going to be paying for the bags?
No.
No?
Recycling won't go in blue bags
Why not?
because it's gonna go in a recycling dumpster. All of your,
Why doesn't it just go in with everything? Since it doesn't seem
Because-
to-
even if we have to pay for recycling, it seems better, if we have to pay $55 a ton for trash. and we have to pay $55 a ton for recycling, if it at least goes and is recycled, then at least it's not going in the landfill. So we want it to be recycled. And we're trying to figure out things where Littleton stopped taking our recycling. And no town in other town has a permit that allows them to take recycling from other towns. So unless we find out another option, we're still,
So when
Yeah,
it goes
thanks.
to Casella, it's still going to recycling. I'm sorry, this is
It's-
all new.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay.
So it would go to Bethlehem, to
Right.
NCES, but it would go to the
And they
recycling.
charge the same thing for recycling as they do for any other.
currently.
Yeah, it ends up going to Vermont. To Rutland, Vermont, where they actually sort it all out.
Thank you.
Well, we're not gonna need two people, so can't we drop that down?
So
I don't know, I wasn't in that meeting.
So the other thing that I know Tom brought up was using permit stickers, which I think we used to do a long time ago, and Littleton's going to them. If we're having somebody making sure that somebody has a permit and then also keeping track of what's going into the bins, that's where.
Going into
correct me
which
if the thought
bins?
was that two people would be able to monitor things and keep track of it. Because like right now, if Kyle's in the building, he's not really watching what's being thrown in the dumpster. And I think we need more discussion on what's going to be most efficient, but we're caught up against, we need to get the budget done and have a plan. And I feel like we're moving ahead on things where we really don't know all the answers, and that's why I was hesitant about moving
We
forward.
could have Kyle go and find out all these prices and logistics that we're going over, so he could come back next meeting and to let us know.
Which prices and
Which prices
logistics,
would he
we got it
find,
all.
you know?
As far as the recycling, they have a recycling over in Bethlehem, don't they?
They take
Which-
recycling,
Yeah,
but then they take it to another facility.
They don't.
but
they
do we
don't
know that for
separate it.
sure, or?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we had to work with them when we did the contract so that we would take our recycling, because we were still taking it to Littleton. We didn't want to pay for it. So yes, they accept recycling.
so I'm trying to figure out what we're watching people put in what bins. What are we watching people put in what bins?
And that's where I think
The
we need a
boom
lot more
bags.
discussion and figure out what we really need and what we don't need.
Well, if the recycling just all goes into one
Right.
dumpster, there's nobody needing to monitor that. So then the person should be watching what's going on outside. Right? So that's one person.
Yep.
And in terms of backup coverage and things like that, maybe, what do you think for Adam for staffing?
What do you?
What do you mean backup
Like if we-
coverage?
You said you didn't want your people pulled from the highway.
Not that I don't want to, it's just times I can't.
Yeah. So what, I'm trying to figure out what we need in terms of the budget for personnel.
If there's only one person there, regardless of whether it's person A or person B, it's only one person.
Right.
So then the wage number should be able to go back to where it was, unless
Okay.
someone got a really big raise.
So I would put it at probably 20K then. Without, that's off the top of my head, I don't. there anything else that jumps out to you, Adam? You've been involved with the transfer station this year?
No. Well, I'm just trying to figure out where we're going with it.
Do we still need $1,000 in training?
I don't believe so.
About 500. What do you think, Tom, Eric? Tom?
Well, it's just that there are certain reports that have to be done, passed into the state by the manager and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna have to get some education on that, unless he already knows how.
All of those reports are done. We have all those reports are done by environmental people.
Right.
That there's no,
But we fill in what we've done.
yeah, but there's no formal training. It's filling
I
in
was
the
gonna say,
blanks.
it's filling in
Right.
reports. I mean, it's stuff that Jeanette's done.
Not that I'm incapable of. Yeah. But that'd be great if someone else could do those reports.
Yep, I think that should be an expectation.
Anything else on transfer station?
I don't think so.
Adam?
No.
Tom, Eric?
Okay.
Okay, so I think on everything else, and we're probably, this is everything for the highway and the transfer station, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Adam. You're welcome to stay.
I got animals to feed.
I'm sorry,
we
if
need
you're
to-
hungry.
Do we need to go over the other sheets that you have? For capital,
Yes. we do.
Capital
Thank
reserve?
you. Yes.
which one this is?
So if you start off with the equipment summary, I think, the other tab. Okay. This is what we went through, except for what I did is if we could get that grant for a new truck, you said you'd want a new truck if we could, right? I mean, and our cost, and I didn't know how much they cost. I figured if it's 200K, 10% would be, or 5% would be 10,000.
Let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Give me a minute, please.
Yep.
Yeah, they pay 90% or something like that on this one.
I think 95%, right?
Something 90 to 95.
95.
95 is what
That's the one that
saw.
I told you about.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So right now it's a 2006 that
Mm-hmm.
we own. We talked about it needing to be replaced. I put this year or next year. So by the time we get the grant and get one ordered. So I've got that budgeted in. Then we have the F-550 trucks, which we talked about needing to replace.
Yeah.
With two, we talked about the third one, instead of replacing it, we'd buy a second dump truck.
Correct.
So that's why I have replacement date of none for that one F-550 truck.
No, and that's why it was hard to accept that grant because I had to kill the dump truck we have to get one truck, and we really need two dump trucks.
So this scenario has us getting the new
Right,
one
right,
and getting a used one.
correct.
So I put down for the used one, I didn't have a date to purchase used. And I put down, I think we had talked about 80,000.
Yeah, you can get them.
Okay. And then we've got the other equipment, which
It's fine.
hopefully will
Yeah.
last indefinitely. Okay, so we would go from having 1 10-wheeler to 2, and we go from 3 trucks to 2.
Yeah, of the 550.
Okay, and that would allow us to do better in the plowing and sanding in the winter and in the summer. Okay, so then I did projections with our capital reserve fund. This first one is if we continue, we've been putting 25,000 a year into this capital reserve fund.
Right.
This bumps it up to 50. And what I have is if we in 26 to 27, if we get the grant, we spend 10,000 for purchasing the 10-wheeler dump truck with the grant funding. We'd still have a balance of 100,000 because I've got additions and taking out of it.
Right.
Actually, there's something wrong in my formula. That 10,000 expenditure should be negative. Can you put in a negative there?
This,
Yep, when I add that in, I got an error, sorry.
I'd be
Thank you.
human.
It changes the numbers a little bit. You might have to change it on the other ones scenarios. And then if we next year purchase a replacement truck comparable to the F-550, we've got that in there. That would take more than what we have in capital reserves. And then if in 2028 we did the used 10-wheeler, that's what I've got. And then another truck down in 2030. And this allows us to just plan out and
It would be an F600 instead of the
Okay.
550.
and I said equivalent.
They're
'cause
about
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, it's just something equivalent.
Right.
Right. So that would leave us with not enough in our capital reserve fund to do that on that time schedule.
Right.
If you scroll down. And if you could make that 10,000 a negative. There. Thank you. This is a scenario adding 55,000 each year to the capital reserve fund. And we've got a couple of years where it would take more than what we've got in there, but over the next 10 years, it would even out pretty well. And I did run one more down there, I think, or did I delete it? Because I had run 75,000. I think that's more than we need.
Mm.
My feeling is that if we're going to follow this replacement schedule, which seems to be what we need to do in terms of the equipment and keeping the highway going, the minimum we need to be putting into the capital reserve is 55,000.
55.
But that is
Big
30,000
jump.
more than what we've been doing in past years. But we've got equipment that's been breaking down and costing a lot in terms of upkeep.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your feeling,
9-10 years old. It's a long life.
Adam?
for
Do
what
you
they
think
do.
does this make sense to you?
Oh yeah. No, it does.
Eric, what do you think?
I liked it last time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and the 10,000 doesn't make a lot of difference. Okay, Tom?
Then it's just got a question, when it comes time for the new truck, can you trade that truck in? You know, towards a new one,
No, because it's
You
to
gotta
get,
sell it.
you gotta sell it. Well, I didn't know that answer, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, it's to get the old trucks that aren't very fuel efficient off the road, so it's a diesel. I think you have to destroy the old one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole purpose of the grant. Is that, I haven't read the details on the
For the
grant.
grant,
that's my
yes.
understanding.
Yeah, you do. That truck's 20 years old. They ain't got much life left in it.
So we need to do something. So if we could get,
The wiring's been nothing but a problem.
so.
It's
can
20
people-
years of abuse. It's been on its side more than once. And it's worked its butt off.
So in order to have any chance of getting the grant, we need to have the details about how much it would cost. Not just the truck itself, but all the things we need to put on it, the
Right,
plow and the
setup.
sander. Because Jeanette can't do the grant proposal until she has that information.
Right.
And the grant is available until the money runs out.
Or March 31st.
So we need to
Okay,
get it, something in as soon as possible. So
Yep.
when can you get that information to her?
I will get a hold of a couple people tomorrow to get them sending quotes over for gearing it up.
Okay,
Cause
So
I
are you
already got
gonna-
the quotes on the trucks.
Are you gonna send them the quote for the truck so that they know what they need to do to,
Correct.
okay?
This is all new to me, so I'm gonna be learning on how to set them up and ordering them
right,
and all that.
yeah. We just can't, we need to push and do
Right,
it to have even any chance of doing this. Otherwise,
right.
we're looking at, just a whole totally different scenario. We're looking at getting a bond for buying a truck.
Well, yeah,
So this would be better than going out and getting a bond and have to
right.
pay interest and. Okay. So then for the capital reserve fund for the highway equipment, we'll ask for 55,000 in the
Yeah.
warrant article. Tom, you agree?
You kinda have to, you ain't gonna get it for less.
I know,
Yeah.
that's what I want to make sure you're on board with what we're putting out there.
Cause I talked to, when Bob was still, we talked about that.